Hey friends, it is Chelsea, aka Hungry Hungry Hippo, and welcome on back. Today I'm going to share with you yet another book haul. I can't be stopped, people. I don't know what to say. So the first part of this haul is going to be books that I got from Goodwill. The second part of this haul is going to be books that I got from Half Price Books, and then Barnes & Noble. So let's just get right into it with the books that I got from Goodwill. The first being A Very Dangerous Woman by Deborah McDonald and Jeremy Dronfield. It says, The Lives, Loves, and Lies of Russia's Most Seductive Spy. I'll let you read the synopsis. I don't know much about any of these books. So I got them based on the synopses alone. So there is A Very Dangerous Woman. And then we got Girl Interrupted, which I have heard of. It's a movie. Is it a movie? Is that right? By Susanna Kaysen. There is the synopsis. I got The Zookeeper's Wife by Diane Ackerman. This is the movie cover, but I mostly got it because I thought my mom would enjoy reading it, so probably will hand her off this book so she can read it. I mean, I will read it, obviously, but I mostly picked it up because I felt like my mom would be interested in reading it. I also got A Silver Linings Playbook, which is by Matthew Quick. Again, the movie cover. Not typically a fan of what am I saying? Not typically a fan of the movie covers, but this is probably not a book that I will want to read again. Let's put it that way. I also got Carry On Warrior, The Power of Embracing Your Messy, Beautiful Life. This is by Glennon, Doyle, Melton, who, if you guys don't know, I just read a book. What did I read from her? Holy cow. No, I don't remember. I read it this year, didn't I? Or did I not read it this year? What was it? Try to hold it still so you guys can read the back of it. Untamed. I read Untamed, which is another one of Glennon Doyle's books, and I really enjoyed it. I'm not typically a fan of, like, self-help books, but we shall see. And then I also got Carrie Fisher's Postcards from the Edge, which I just listened to her Wishful Drinking. Sorry, there's the synopsis. And I think this book was written before Postcards from the Edge. And then I got, Stacy Willingham's All the Dangerous Things. Is this one of my mom's books? I think my mom grabbed this book from Half Price Books, and she let me have it. Yes, because it's following up her instant bestseller, A Flicker in the Dark. Yes, so this was a book that my mom had purchased and let me have so I could read it because she liked it. So, okay. So this book, Dark Horses by Susan Mihalic, I think. I've already read this book. I read it last May, actually. That's crazy. Trigger warnings, this book's sexual abuse, I guess. Not like abuse. Well, sexual abuse of a minor. But I bought it for my friend. Because, we had decided that we were going to buy each other books for Christmas. And we were supposed to buy the book that we wanted to read. That we most enjoyed reading throughout the year. And this was the one that I picked out for her, and she said she couldn't read it, so I went ahead and swiped it from her. So she gave me this book, but I have already read it, so she also gave me this one. Whoops, what did I do? I think we got it. This is The Master and Margarita by Mikhail Bulgakov. I'm not sure. Somebody had given her this book and she couldn't get into it, so I figured I would give it a whirl And if I didn't like it, then I could get rid of it and everything would be hunky-dory. Okay, so first off, let's go through what I got at Half Price Books, which was The Perfect Marriage by Jeneva Rose. This has been on my want to read list for quite a while, so I picked it up. And I also picked up Jo Nesbo, The Snowman, which is a an Inspector Harry Hole novel. But I do believe that these books can be read out of order. So this is the one that I picked up. And again, if you want to read the synopses of these books, you can go ahead and pause them. So let's go through what I got at Barnes & Noble. I got Mother Thing by Ainslie Hogarth. This was recommended by somebody. I really have been super into reading horror books. And so I stumbled upon somebody on TikTok and Instagram, like the Reels and stuff, that reads horror books. And this was one that he had recommended. So I got that. Whoops. Didn't mean to smack you guys. I also picked up Hidden Pictures, which I think was also a book that he had recommended. This is by Jason Rekulak. Again, was recommended. It's a horror book, I guess. And then another horror novel that he wrote, the same page recommended, was My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. And another horror book that he recommended, or somebody else recommended to me, was The Whisper Man by Alex North. Which I swore I had a copy of this, but I didn't have it in my book inventory. So I guess I never owned it, but that's okay. So I got that. And then the last book I got was The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandanna. Probably pronounced that incorrectly. This was actually, it was chilling in the romance section, and if you don't know, Barnes & Noble has their employees can recommend books, and they'll just write like a brief little synopsis or a brief little hooty-hoo whatever about the book itself. And one of their employees had recommended this book and said if you liked The House in the Cerulean Sea, which is by T.J. Klune, that you would like this book. So I went ahead and picked it up just because The House in the Cerulean Sea is probably one of my favorite books that I've ever read. Yeah. So I figured if the person liked The House in the Cerulean Sea, this one was similar to it, I figured I would give it a whirl. But that is finally everything. Thank you all so very much for watching. Hopefully you guys will be seeing a higher number of books pop up in my books read video, because I got a lot of books now, you guys. I have so many books, and I have been slowly slogging through them, but I also feel like I can't help myself. I keep buying more books, and if you guys are book lovers, then you know how it is. Or if you're like addicted to buying things in general, like you know how it is. Like you want to buy more and more and more and more. And you just can't bear to leave them on the shelf. So anyways, thank you all so very much for watching, and until I see you next time, bye-bye.